Today, Tim Briercliffe from AIPH, International Association of Horticulture Producers. Very nice to meet you virtually. We've seen each other quite a long time already in the horticulture industry, as we are a member as GreenTech of the AIPH. In these strange COVID-19 times, how are you coping yourself and your family?
Well, first of all, thank you for speaking with us, and it's good to be speaking with you as well, and good to see GreenTech still very busy supporting the industry over this time.
Yes.
Me and my family, we are well. I have 3 children, and we are teaching them at home and have been at home, but we are all healthy and well, so very thankful for that.
If you look at the power of AIPH as connecting all the grower associations worldwide, how is the industry coping at this moment?
Well, of course, this is a totally unexpected disaster in many ways, and it's hard to see how you can cope when really your legs are cut off and you cannot do anything. So it's really been very, very difficult for an industry, especially because for flower producers it has coincided with some of the key marketing periods and celebration events that take place, Mother's Day, Easter, for example. And in the plant sector, in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, this springtime is the time when everybody is going out there to buy plants and to look after their gardens. And you have this very strange situation where you've got millions of people at home who want to look after their gardens and make their houses nice, and they have no ability to be able to go and do that.
Yeah.
So here in the UK, the garden centres are closed. In the supermarket at the weekend, I saw that they have stopped selling flowers when traditionally that was such an important product within their lines as well, and they're just focusing on the food. So for our sector, it's really exceptionally difficult to manage something which has been imposed from outside.
Yeah, I can imagine. So if you look at your power that I was referred to as AIPH, are you able to help the grower associations? Are you already taking steps in those directions? And can you tell me something about it?
Yes, well, it's at times like this when that network actually is really important.
Yeah.
Because it's such an unusual situation when all of our members are facing the same challenge at the same time. But really they are. So we have provided support in a number of areas. In the first instance, we have provided some fact sheets to show the scientific evidence for the benefits of having flowers in your home and the health and well-being benefits of gardening and growing plants. Because with so many people at home, we're going to have a lot of societal problems that come with that and health problems. And we believe that plants and flowers are part of the answer to that. And it's really important that the millions of people shut in their homes have access to be able to brighten their lives and improve their health through plants and flowers. So we have prepared fact sheets to give the tools for our members to use when discussing with their governments to show why they need to ensure access to these products. And we have done a media campaign to promote that to news outlets around the world.
Right.
And finally, what we've done is we have surveyed our members to collect the information on what their situation is, but also what they're doing to help their members. And so we've prepared a document which we continue to develop, which shows the typical challenges that are being faced by growers at this time. Not only the immediate loss of sales, but the loss of capital as well that comes from the waste product that is going to be wasted through this period. And the solution from governments that might be suitable for a manufacturing business is not suitable for our sector, because we're growing perishable product and the sales window is gone. So it's not only a question of keeping our staff going, it's a question of losing the product.
Wow, and is there any fist you can make to address this to, like, let's say the UK government and worldwide is of course the growth to enable them, but as AIPH, since you are based in the UK, is that, are those steps that you're already undertaking, or?
Yeah, so the way that we work is our members are the ones who have the relationships with their own governments. We don't get in between on that, but we provide them with the tools and resources they need to argue. Okay. So, for example, we will have members asking us about what other countries have done to enable garden centres to remain open, for example. Yeah. Right? Because there's a real mixture in different places. Some places they're open, some places they're not. What are the arguments that are used? And we're collecting that information, sharing it with our members, so they will go back and they will say, well, you know, these products are considered essential in the following countries, and therefore they should be considered essential here, and so on. Also, for the package of support, this industry is not going to survive unless there is a significant package of financial support that's provided. And it's helpful for governments to see what other countries are doing to support their sectors in this time, so that we can get a good, consistent support provided for our industry.
Yes, I can fully underline that. There's also so much differences in countries. And for example, in Holland, well, the ornamental industry is suffering a lot. But there are garden centers. They are open, and people are able to be in their gardens on one hand. And you also see that there's a lot of initiatives to help the growers. Do you have the same initiatives, like the Flower Boost Challenge in Holland, for example, which was initiated by Lex van der Ende? It's one of our exhibitors at the GreenTech. Said, well, it really hurts it really hurts to see how this sector is suffering, and why can't we help the sector and buy flowers, for example, for the health caretakers that are in the hospitals, and really boost the flower industry in that. So it's little initiatives that can become bigger, and of course it's not the solution. But are those initiatives also there in the Growers Association in the different countries? Have you seen them?
Yes, I think we're seeing many of the associations are launching campaigns or initiatives. Certainly many have had excess flowers and plants, and there has been a move to distribute them. But it's also quite difficult. So in some countries, even here in the UK, the restrictions are quite tough. So you can't just go and distribute these kind of things very easily. It's very hard to for people to get access to things and leave their homes to bring about these. And so as an industry, we have to be responsible and ensure that we are supporting the advice for people to stay at home, to help reduce the spread of the disease. But at the same time, it's really great to see initiatives as they come up. From the Netherlands, I know similar projects in France and in other countries. And we should, these are something which really has helped raise the profile of our industry as well. Yeah. And many more people are aware of the significant production industry in their country, which they weren't before because of this crisis. So you see some good things that come, hopefully.
Yeah.
it will get support and it will still be there at the end.
Yeah, exactly. So, because if you look at the world after this immense crisis, have you already thought about that? What really struck me already in the AIPH annual meetings at the Congress is that you are always looking for new business models. So I'm sure that you are doing that at this moment as well. And what struck me, for example, is the rooftop farming and the possibilities that will give that, because rooftop, if you have plants on the rooftop, it can cool the houses, and in warmer countries with warmer climates, it's a very welcome isolating material actually. And those new business models, have you already did you already dive into that, or is there also a light to see at the end of the tunnel?
Well, I think it's fair to say at the moment our focus is on how we support the industry right now.
Yes.
But certainly a lot of our focus in AIPH is always about looking forward to the future. Our International Vision project was all about the industry in 2030. And clearly our industry is so critical for the future world, as it needs to be a greener world and greener cities, that all of what our industry has is part of that solution for the future. So in AIPH also we are involved in approving international horticulture exhibitions right from now until 2027. So we're used to working over things over long timeframes. And actually, I think that the case for this industry gets stronger and stronger. And as people come out of this crisis, there'll be a deeper appreciation of the natural environment, deeper appreciation of what people have and the world that they live in, and how they can make plants a part of their lives. In terms of growing their own and being ready to look after their gardens, people will have a greater awareness of making their own space look more beautiful. So I think there will be a positive bit at the end. We just really need the help to get through this period, because without that support financially to get through this period, then we're not going to be there to really make those big changes and the big differences in the future.
Yeah, I agree. So it's very powerful of AIPH to really empower all the grower associations with good insights and what works in which countries, and that's of big added value. So if you look at the GreenTech, a little step into GreenTech, where horticulture technologies are in spotlights. Do you see that robotics, automation will support the human capital, the human workers in the industry, such as in times such as these?
Yeah, well, I think we've always been very pleased to be associated with GreenTech, because it's the kind of innovation which is brought in through events like this and the companies exhibiting, which are there to provide the innovative solutions for the future. So it's really critical that events like this can bring together this kind of thinking. Engineering, robotics, of course, are important in enabling the improved competitiveness of our sector, enabling it to survive and be more resilient against these kind of areas. Certainly when you have a crisis like this and where people are affected, then where you have mechanization and machinery, then that's going to benefit. I think, though, what that doesn't sort out is the market situation, which of course is more of a challenge. But definitely, to innovation, improve productivity is critical for our sector to keep developing, to enable it to keep pushing on this position of its significance in the overall market and the place where consumers will come to buy product as opposed to other leisure items.
Yeah, I agree. So, and well, you already emphasized it quite a bit, but how do you think that GreenTech in October can really well help to put the ornamental sector to really help them and put them in a positive spotlight?
Yes, I absolutely agree. It'll be a time when we're wanting to rebuild our industry after a catastrophic year. There'll be a time to exchange nightmare stories, but also a time to look forward about how we move forward and develop our industry for the future. We'll have a renewed recognition from governments about the significance of our sector. And when you can come through a year like this, you can come through anything. And you are able to build that resilience and strengthen, and it will create at the end, I believe, a positive looking forward for the future.
Yeah, let's hold on to that positive well, point on the horizon. And well, Tim, thank you very much for sharing your insights and for your time. And I hope to see you at GreenTech in October, of course. And wish you all well, the AIPH members, especially you as well, and your family members. And thank you very much.
It's my pleasure, and I wish you well with you and your family as well.
Okay. Thank you, Tim. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.